Welcome to Tired Mommy Revival. Hey mama, are you running on coffee fumes? Feeling like brain fog, fatigue, and anxiety are running the show? Do you wake up dreading the day ahead, already overwhelmed by the endless to-do list and unsure how you'll make it through? Do you long for the energy to enjoy motherhood and care for yourself, but feel stuck and unsure where to start? Let me remind you of something life-changing. You were created for more energy, more clarity, more joy. Hi, I'm Jerusha, certified holistic wellness coach, wife and mom to 2 wild boys and 1 baby girl in heaven. I know the exhaustion you're feeling because I've been there, barely making it through the day, relying on coffee and chocolate to survive, and wondering why nothing I tried ever made me feel better. Then, God stepped in and revealed a powerful truth. A woman's body is beautifully and uniquely designed to thrive. When we align with how God created us, we can boost our energy, bust through fatigue, and step into the vibrant, joy-filled life He has for us. Mama, I'm living proof that it's possible. These days, I wake up refreshed, nourish my body with intention, and navigate the chaos of motherhood with patience and peace. Most days. And I want to help you do the same. If you're ready to swap exhaustion for energy, brain fog for clarity, and guilt for grace, you're in the right place. Each week, we'll dive into practical strategies, faith-filled truths, and empowering tools to renew your health, body, soul, and spirit. Are you ready for this? Let's do it, mama. Let me guess. You've tried the supplements, the meal plans, the podcasts, the Pinterest workouts. You've cut carbs, added greens, switched to oat milk, and drink so much water you're practically floating. And still, you're exhausted. You start your mornings already drained, you push through the day on caffeine and willpower, and when someone says you just need to take better care of yourself, you want to cry or scream because you're trying. You really are. So can we get real for a second? I want to ask your permission. Can we cut through the fluff of the healthcare industry and can we go deeper? Can we stop chasing surface level solutions and talk about what's really going on in your body? Because mama, your exhaustion is not random. Your mood swings, your brain fog, your stubborn weight, your PMS, your cravings, your lack of motivation, it's not just mom life. No, it's not just stress or sleep or hormones or gut issues or insulin or fatigue. Honey, it's all of it, and it's all connected. And the problem is that no one is explaining how. The health world has sold us the idea that healing has to be complicated, that you need a fancy protocol, 14 supplements, and a color-coded spreadsheet to feel better. But I believe healing gets to be simple because God designed it that way. I am so excited to announce that this is the first episode in a new series I'm doing called Root Causes. And we're going to pull back the curtain on the health struggles that Christian moms like us are facing every single day. You're going to finally understand why your body feels off, why the diets didn't work, why the fatigue never fully goes away, why your cycle is wonky or your skin breaks out or your weight won't budge, even though you feel like you're doing everything right. In this series, we're going to talk about the big 5 foundational systems that influence everything in your body and, more importantly, how they're all deeply connected. Here's what I mean. Let's start with your liver. Most of us never think about it unless a blood panel shows something's off. But your liver is constantly working behind the scenes, filtering toxins, metabolizing hormones, balancing blood sugar, and even impacting your ability to lose weight. And here's the twist. If your gut isn't working properly, your liver has to work overtime trying to mop up the mess. Now, let's talk about your gut. It's not just about bloating or digestion. Your gut houses a huge portion of your immune system. It influences your mood, your skin, your mental clarity, and your hormones. If your gut is leaky or inflamed, it sends stress signals to your brain and creates more systemic inflammation, which brings us to insulin resistance. You might not even know what's happening in your body, but if you're experiencing crazy energy crashes, brain fog, stubborn belly fat, and intense cravings, you're likely dealing with some level of it. And guess what? Your gut health and liver function play a huge role in your blood sugar balance. One impacts the other. Then there's sleep, the most underestimated pillar of healing. If you're not sleeping well, your liver can't detox properly overnight. And mama, I know that in some seasons this is so much harder than others, but if you're not in a season with a newborn anymore, then you need to get your sleep back in sync because your blood sugar also becomes less stable. Your hunger and stress hormones spike, and one rough night of sleep can throw off your whole system. And yet, when your stress is high, your sleep suffers, which creates a cycle of exhaustion that feels impossible to break. And then, of course, we have stress, the quiet thief of your energy. Stress isn't just an emotion, it's a physiological response. Chronic stress changes your gut bacteria. It raises cortisol, which messes with insulin, which messes with sleep, which makes your liver sluggish, which makes you feel worse. It's all so interconnected. Do you see it? It's not five separate problems. It's one big conversation your body is trying to have with you. And healing doesn't come from addressing one thing in isolation. And this is where we get tripped up in modern medicine. They want to focus on the one thing. But in holistic wellness, we step back and we look at the whole picture. It comes from supporting the whole system gently and wisely the way God intended. And here's what the series is going to do. In the coming weeks, we're going to break down each of these areas. One, your liver and how it might be silently slowing down your metabolism and hormone balance. Your gut and why it's the root of so many issues you never knew were connected. 3, your insulin response and how it impacts your energy, weight, and even your fertility. 4, your sleep and why exhaustion isn't just normal for moms. And 5, your stress response, the undercurrent that's often stealing your healing without you realizing it. We'll also talk about how to actually support your body in all of these areas using tools that are simple, biblical, and backed by how your body was designed to heal. I'll also teach you a little bit about intermittent fasting, not as a diet, but as a natural rhythm of restoration for your gut, insulin, and even your mental clarity. And we'll talk a little bit about detoxing, not with expensive powders, but by supporting your body's God-given detox systems with food and rhythms that work with your life. Because the truth is, you don't need more information. You need clarity and a path. You need someone to say, here's what's happening, here's why, and here's what we can do about it. That is my heart for you in this series, to help you understand the language of your body, to equip you with practical tools, and to remind you that God didn't create you to live in burnout. Mama, healing is not about perfection. It's not about chasing trends or cutting everything out. It's about coming back into alignment with the way your body was designed to thrive. So, if you've been stuck in the fog, if you're tired of trying all the things and still feeling off, if you're craving clarity and ready for real change, then this series is for you. And here's where we're starting with your hormones, because mama, I want to flip the script on what you've been told. Your hormones are not the enemy. They're not some wild, unpredictable force that you just have to suffer through. God designed your hormones to serve you, to give you strength, intuition, resilience, creativity, and yes, even energy. But here's the key: they're cyclical, they change throughout the month. And when you learn to work with those rhythms instead of against them, something amazing happens. You stop feeling crazy and you start feeling aligned. You stop pushing through and you start flowing with the way your body was created. In the next episode, we're going to talk about how understanding your hormones might just be the biggest game changer in your wellness journey, especially if you've struggled with PMS, fertility, PCOS, brain fog, weight gain, low energy, or anxiety. So stick around, friend. This is where healing starts, not with restriction or confusion, but with understanding and grace. You were created for wellness, and this is just the beginning. I can't wait to see you next time. Mama, I hope this episode blessed you and reminded you that you were beautifully and uniquely made to thrive. If today's conversation spoke to your heart, I'd love for you to take a moment to leave a rating and review. Not only does it encourage me, but it helps more tired mamas discover the hope, healing, and energy they've been searching for. You're not in this alone. Make sure to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Together, we'll reclaim your energy, renew your health, and revive your spirit, one step at a time. Until next time, remember, you are beautifully designed by God to live with energy, clarity, and joy. You're not just surviving, mama. You're stepping into the vibrant life you were created for. I'm cheering you on.